So I mean, if we look at the UK market, for example, and at Muslim minority countries generally, you'll find that there's a lot of Muslims who are either not investing in the Sharia compliant way at all, a very large proportion of them, or they're in some type of hybrid solution, so partly investing in Sharia compliant products and partly not. And then there are those which are just investing in Sharia compliant products of various kinds. So you have a whole range of investors that are, investing in different ways. As I say, in terms of our client base, as we understand it, is happy with the products that we've brought to market. They're providing access to markets which previously wasn't there, Sharia compliant access to markets which previously wasn't there. The screening criteria which are being applied, I think, will stand the test of time. Our Sharia board has signed off on it, and people accept that as being, a good starting point in terms of creating robust Sharia compliant investment products that they understand, a simple, transparent, easy to understand, and they don't feel will change in ad hoc ways over time. So that continuity and consistency is important to people.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one because obviously, like, we speak to the retail market quite often, and to be completely honest, the sentiment is the opposite. It's they very much want it to be much more ethically aligned. So it would be interesting to know as to why the Sharia scholars, even like internally or part of MSCI, whoever it may be, have not pushed for maybe some sort of change. It would be interesting to know kind of why they haven't taken that approach. And I understand there's a hugely subjective nature to some part of it, to come up with a rule base that can just work on a passive basis. And I think that really is perhaps where the difficulty comes in, and where maybe active investing is a whole different ballgame. And I think that's quite a nice little segue into HSBC has gone down the intentional route of passive investing. Any particular reason why you haven't gone into the active route at all with active funds?
Again, it came down to us speaking to our client base and asking them what was important to them. What did they feel they need in terms of vehicles that would give them access to markets? What was important to them in terms of cost, in terms of transparency, in terms of general access. And I think, as with the conventional market, passive investment products have been very popular because they're much cheaper than their active counterparts. Active investing has had a bit of a tough time over the past few years.